Let me clean that off there a little bit so you can see the mess we're making here. There, how's that? Birdie. Hi guys, it's Michelle with Garden Jargon. And I'm here today at the Ginger Creek Garden. It is May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I am here today. Apparently we had no volunteers show up today, no community service workers, so we got nobody to help us. So I have some seeds and I have some potatoes that I'm going to plant. And I have a lot of potatoes, so I might have to do this at my house too in some buckets because that's a lot of potatoes. So what I'm doing today is planting potato seeds, and then I'm going to plant some green beans, and then I'm going to plant some squash. We're at the point in the season where it's not going to freeze anymore, or if it does freeze, I highly doubt in the next couple weeks these things are going to be popped up enough to actually get damaged by the frost. So we're going to go ahead and just plant them because they're easy to replant if something does happen. So let me turn the camera around, show you where we're going to put the potatoes here at the Ginger Creek Garden. There it is. So this bed is probably 6 feet long and about probably, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet wide. I just dug some holes. They're about 4 or 5 inches deep. And then I have seed potatoes, these right here from my neighbor Randy. As you can see, this one was pretty big, so I did cut it in half a couple days ago and let that scab over. And it's got an eye on it. All the ones that were little, I just left them as is. So all of these can go in the ground and they would produce probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 pounds of potatoes each potato. And then I also picked up from the local feed store, trellises, some Yukon Golds. Like these are ready to go too. Oh, focus. There we go. So these are Yukon Golds. And since these are so small, I picked all the small ones out of there. I can plant this whole potato, and you just want to plant it in the hole with the eyes sticking up. And then what we'll do is we'll cover it with the loose manure that we have here in the ground. And then I have this is full of straw. I'm going to take some of that straw out and put a light mulch over the top of this. And then as those potatoes keep popping up through the mulch, then we keep adding mulch. So that's what for the potatoes. We've never grown potatoes here at Ginger Creek. I think it's really exciting that we do this. I might do one more row here on the end because I think that they are a little bit okay with a little bit of shade. And they take about 90 days to get to maturity. So I'm excited to see what happens with these. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these in the ground. I did not bring my tripod, so I can't share with you what I'm doing, but I'll stick them in the ground and show you what I did after that. So give me a minute. All right. So I am back, and I put the potatoes in the holes. Let me show you. So here we go. So he's about, I'd say about 4 inches down in there. I got a little crazy. I had 2 extra, so I put 2 right here in the middle. So I have, 2 there, 2 all the way down, and then I just stuck the 2 extras because these are all of the ones that I got from trellises, and they're all Yukon Golds. So that way I'll know exactly what we're pulling out of the ground. And since this is manure and it's really light and fluffy, I'm just going to go ahead and crumble that stuff up nice and fluffy right on top. I'm not going to really pack that in. I'm going to let it be able to, those eyes grow right through this soft soil here. So this is almost like mulch itself, this manure. It was lacking a little bit of nitrogen when I did a soil test on this a couple weeks ago. So I did come through here with a bag of alfalfa pellets, basically horse feed. It's just alfalfa that's been grown and pressurized and steamed and cooked down into some pellets, and then I just kind of put that over the top of it, and then the rain got to it for a couple days and broke them up. You can see the alfalfa pellet right here. It just kind of crumbles up, but all of that green goes into the garden here and gives us some more nitrogen. This manure has some big old chunks, so I'll just put that here in the middle. Big chunk. Stick that in there. So I will continue to do this, and I'll show you how to do the straw. Okay, so we finished. So this is what it looks like now. There's our potato bed. So I put 4 stakes in each corner, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I put 2 stakes in the middle. You see one there and one here. And the only reason I did that was because I ran some twine, you see, from the corners to the center stick, and this twine to the center stick. And then there's 3 twine lines going there. When I did this at my house, I did the same exact procedure where I planted them in the soil, put the straw on it. And we had some really windy days, and that straw found a new home. So I actually re-mulched it at my house with straw and laid a piece of lattice over the top of it until the potatoes started growing up through the straw. Then it actually kind of held it in place. So I'm just putting the straw or the twine down on top of this just to kind of hold it down so it doesn't blow away on us. If it does, it's fine. We have plenty, obviously. You can see right here, thank goodness for all the community that donated their straw bales after Halloween decorations and fall decorations in their yards. So it didn't go into a landfill, which would have decomposed, but at least now we can use that for mulch here in the garden. So yeah, so I just put some twine down there to hold down the straw. The potatoes will pop up. Like I said, I think it's maybe like 36, 90 days before we can pull the potatoes out. But now what we're going to do is we just wait for those sprouts to come up. And as soon as you start seeing them pop up, you just grab more straw and mulch it some more. I'll bring some chicken wire out here and make kind of a little barrier around it so it doesn't blow away, because like it's really windy out here sometimes. So I'll bring some chicken wire out. We'll just make a little border around here to kind of hold that in, and then as the potatoes grow up, they sprout out potatoes into the straw and they grow. And potatoes need really loose soil to grow. So if you can grow them in straw like this, I saw this on Facebook, I saw it on YouTube, and it's very successful in a lot of places. I don't know if this variety of potato is going to work well, but we're turning our waiting room into a classroom. So now I'm going to go ahead and plant this row. I'll flip the... There's one row right here that gets, you know, like 2 hours of shade from this tree in the middle of the afternoon. Right now it's around noon, and then it's going to get hammered again when the sun comes down over here. So I'm going to plant this whole entire row. I think this is about 30 feet of potatoes right there. So that's all I got for you today. Planting potatoes. I will plant some green beans, so I'll shoot another video on that one. I hope you have an incredible day. Take care and God bless.